Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. 1 week to Valencia and we are doing the taper right now. We have been doing the taper since last week and today is going to be the last long run. So today on the menu we have an 18 kilometers long run, out of which 6 kilometers will be easy, 6 kilometers will be at 445 to 545 minutes per kilometer, and the final 6k will be done at around 430 to 445 minutes per kilometer. So I'm going to take you along for my long run today. I'm going to share with you how my training has been for this Valencia Marathon Training block. This year the long runs have been pretty stressful because I've had to wake up at 3:30 in the morning and then start my runs at least by around 4:30 or 4:45 thereabout, because it starts getting really hot in Accra and it's hot and humid. It gets really difficult to do these kind of long runs, especially due to the dehydration and the heat. So it's been tough for me to keep waking up so early in the morning and then probably with around 5 hours or 6 hours of sleep and then do the long runs, 34 kilometers. So I've not really enjoyed the runs as much, and probably it hurt my confidence as well, because most of the times I've not been able to do the runs in a satisfactory manner, hitting the goal pace. So anyway, you can't have it perfectly done always, so that is what it is. I've had about 8 or 9 weeks of proper training for the Valencia Marathon. Ideally I should have had more, because ever since Prague I haven't participated in a major race. But all throughout all these months, I've been struggling with injuries and different ailments. And to make the matters worse, in August I twisted my ankle, and that took away almost a whole month of training. From the end of August till the end of September, I couldn't do any hard workouts, none of the speed workouts or intervals. The only thing that I was able to do without much pain was easy jogs, and that is how I tried to keep up my mileage and stay in shape. By the end of September, my ankle was feeling much better and I was able to do more mileage and also some amount of hard workouts. And this was just in time for the Cologne half marathon. Without much preparation, I ran this race very conservatively, but the results were very satisfactory. My coach picked up on this and he said, "You have rested enough, son. Time to get back to work." He put together a 5-day running workout schedule for me for 8 long weeks of pain and suffering. Marathon training is hard, but what makes it harder is the heat and humidity, and even harder than that is to wake up early in the morning with just 5 or 6 hours of sleep. And this was not just for the long runs, this was also on the days I was doing intervals, because the sun would be up by 6 a.m. and it'll be really hot by then. So I had to get up at 4:30 to go for the intervals as well. The only days I could really catch up on my sleep was on the easy days, where I took it easy on the treadmill in the gym. And so somehow I pushed through all these days with the thought that it is eventually going to pay off. I just need to keep showing up. And just like that, we arrived to the final long run workout. One final 3:30 a.m. wake up call and I'll be done and ready for the Valencia Marathon. Well, like I've been saying, I have missed most of the targets in the long runs in the last few weeks, and today is the last chance to do another long run and make sure the legs are in shape. And I hope by the end of the session I'll be able to regain some amount of confidence. I'm even wearing my carbon plated shoes today. I've never entered a race with such low confidence. Not even in my first marathon, where I went in without any preparation and I did a 5 hour 42 minutes full marathon. But in my defense, the stakes are much higher now. My ambitions have gone beyond from just finishing a marathon to completing it with a PR. And since 2022, I've had a PR in every single marathon I've done. And I really didn't want to lose the streak, especially in Valencia, which is known to be such a flat and fast course. But comparing my training block against Berlin, which was last year, I'm not sure if I'm doing much better than what I did last year. For starters, let's look at the mileage. 2 months before my Berlin Marathon, I crossed 300 kilometers of monthly mileage. That's quite a bit of running compared to what I did this time, where I barely crossed 300 kilometers in this month in November. If you break it down into weekly mileage, I had at least 4 weeks before Berlin where I crossed 80 kilometers of mileage. And on top of that, almost in every run, I was able to hit the target pace for my Berlin preparation. And therefore, I have some amount of reason to believe that maybe this time I'm not as well equipped as I was in Berlin. At least that's what my rational mind is telling me. But in my heart, I'm an optimist. So I'm also looking for reasons to believe why I'm better than last year. One of the reasons being the fact that the interval runs and faster sessions now seem much more easier despite the heat. I'm able to handle the paces in a very comfortable posture with a very comfortable form. Even during the Cologne half marathon, a 4 minute and 20 second per kilometer pace was feeling quite comfortable. So that gives me some amount of reason to believe that maybe my fitness is a little better than it was last year. And therefore the hope for a PR streak is still alive in me somehow. All that I needed to bring back my confidence is to crack this long run, which is the reason why I was wearing the carbon plated shoes. Throughout the Valencia training block, I've been avoiding using the carbon plated shoes. I did all my workouts in regular trainers like the Adidas Evo SL, their S6 Nova Blast and the Hoka Rincons. So if carbon plated shoes really make any difference to the race timing, then this better be the time. This is the chance to prove that carbon plated shoes really make you faster. And with that lingering thought in my mind, I completed the workout successfully. Well, that smile says it all. I'd hit the numbers and my confidence somewhat restored. The heat was still terrible, but I was okay. Alright. That was the last long run. Done and dusted. Now we are ready for Valencia. How did the run go? The run was okay. The first 6K rep I did around, I think, 450 thereabout, including the breaks that I had for water. And the last 6K was more or less around 434. I was trying to get it as close as possible to 430 mark because in my mind I try to simulate some of those reps as my marathon pace, and I try to get the pacing right so that I get some confidence, because I feel that if I can hit some of those paces, then in the marathon I will be able to do the same thing. So I was trying to get as close as possible to 430 because I'll be really happy with a 430 timing for the Valencia Marathon. But I mean, I have to be practical. I think at this point in time my fitness is not that great, so I might not hit that mark. So anyway, I think I'll just be happy with a timing of around anything below 3:16 actually, because in Berlin I did 3 hours and 16 minutes and a little more than that, a few seconds. And in Valencia, I'll be happy with anything below 3 hours and 16. Who knows? Maybe Valencia has some magic in it. It's after all the city of running. Who knows? Maybe because of some factors falling into place, I might be able to do much better than what I'm thinking. But anyway, so that brings me to the end of this training block, more or less. That will be it. I'll be into the Valencia Marathon and heading to the start line with a very positive frame of mind, I hope. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video, because I keep posting about my races, about my preparation, and I also make virtual treadmill run videos for people who want to see what it looks like from a POV perspective. So if those kind of things, those kind of videos make sense to you, please do like and subscribe, and then I will see you in the next one. Cheers guys, take care.